Hey guys, what's up? It is Martika from Martika Braid Bar. So I am using the Elastic QP and this is in the liquid formula spray, and I'm just going ahead and I am spraying my mannequins here because we washed it and it is super dry and super stiff. So I just use that to loosen up the curls a bit, and so it can help me smoothly detangle the hair and get started on our two-strand twist today. So now I'm going in with the same brand, same formula, but different consistency, and this is in more of a custard formula consistency, and I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of add a little bit more because it's a little richer. I'm gonna add it to the hair, and it's super hydrating, so it's gonna help the hair to soften and become a bit more manageable. And I'm just kind of distributing that throughout the hair, and I am gonna go ahead and section off her here and from ear to ear, and I am going to detangle with my wide tooth comb. What I need to do is I like to section the hair so it's a lot more manageable for me, and I just part down the middle, and then I kind of like clip away one side as I'm working on the next, and then I'm going to take my time and detangle. So I like my wide tooth comb for detangling. It's one of my go-tos, but I also have a detangling brush, and I love this brush because it's super flimsy, and with the flimsiness it gives me a bit of flexibility to thoroughly pull and remove any knots and tangles without tugging too much on the roots and creating tension, a lot of tension to her hair. And obviously she's my mannequin, so she doesn't feel anything, but if this was a client, I would definitely need to be mindful. So I am just gonna work through that, and I am going to section off with my braiding comb, and this is a braiding, like a tail comb, and it is a carbon tail comb, so it's heat resistant, which is excellent when you're applying heat, and its quality is amazing. They last long term, and I love them because they just get the job done. My parts are clean, everything looks beautiful when I'm braiding with these combs, and I just section out a part closer to the nape of the hair, and I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to detangle with my detangling brush, and it is just very flexible, especially when I spray some more product. So you can spray in as much leave-in conditioner spray as you want. It pretty much allows the hair to soften and loosen up, and it makes it so much easier for me to detangle through these knots and these curls. And it's, again, I'm showing you how flimsy it is, so it's workable and forgiving, so it really gets through and works through all the texture of the curls, and even when there's dryness. Now I'm using the Nairobi, and this is the therapeutic scalp conditioning pomade, and this is excellent for dandruff, for flaking, for itchiness, because usually when it comes to thick curly hair, we tend to have a lot of flaking, we tend to have a lot of dry scalp, we tend to have a lot of itchiness. So this is just going to soothe and calm the scalp underneath all that here, excess here. And so you just want to apply it on the parts neatly and just smoothly, should I say, just to make sure we're getting enough product on our scalp. And you can also go ahead and massage it into the scalp. It's very invigorating, so it has like a nice stimulating feel to it. There are plenty on the market, but that one is one of my favorite. Now I'm using the Talia Wajid Lock It Up, and this is one of my favorite brands. This brand is really good for natural hair, good for twists and maintenance of locks. It is a gel formula, very lightweight. It breaks down, so there's not a lot of buildup on the scalp or when you're washing your hair. It smells amazing. It smells like the tropics. It smells like papaya and mango, and who does not want their hair to smell really good? So now I'm using my tail comb, and I'm just kind of combing through that section because I want to saturate the strand so that I get enough definition and less frizzing with the twist. So when you apply enough product, you'll get less frizz with the twist. Sometimes I use mousse, but in this case I'm not using mousse because most people tend to have like leave-in conditioners and styling products or styling creams, and these are ways you can use other options of using other products in order to get the same outcome, achieve the same outcome with twists. So I'm just going to show you a basic twist where you kind of section the parts in two separate sections, and I'm going to initially start with starting to twist towards the left side, but then I kind of changed my mind because I realized that when it comes to 4C kinky, tight, coily hair, especially when it's a higher porosity, so it doesn't keep in moisture, it frizzes a lot, it tends to swell a lot more. So I'm gonna actually change my mind here and actually do it to the right side. So I'm gonna twist to the right, meaning I'm gonna section the hair in two. I'm going to take the left strand, I'm gonna go on top and bring it to the right and twist it over. So we're going from the left and twist it on top to the right, and that is a right twist. It's a bit more control, there's a bit more definition. The twist doesn't swell, it's more defined. It's still fluffy enough, but it's defined. Also, my tension when I'm twisting, I'm not twisting it too tight like rope-like twist. It's gonna swell and dry and have that fluffy finish. So that is a technique that I use. When it comes to, it depends on the person's hair. When people have more of a lower porosity, so it locks in moisture and less frizzing, you don't have to worry too much. So what I'm doing is I'm going ahead and I'm going to actually take my rubber bands. I'm going to show you a method on how to get clean parts. So usually when I do my two-strand twist, I have been asked on YouTube to teach people how to do two-strand twists. And usually I would braid the base to have the nice clean brick lay pattern on the scalp. But in this case, I'm not going to do braids. I'm going to use rubber bands instead. And I'm going to apply enough product first on the hair because I want to make sure that when there's product, I'm able to smooth down any frizz and any kinks from the roots or near the scalp. And this is going to help me to have like a nice smooth clean parts. And once I put product on the scalp, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use that rubber band and I'm going to wrap it through a couple of times. Let me first just kind of detangle the hair completely because I want to do a full section on the left side. So I'm going to square this out. So I'm mapping out my square. I'm going to put any excess hair to the other side and I'm going to clip that away. Now I'm taking my rubber band and I'm pulling and stretching and tugging on the roots so that it's nice and smooth and you get more definition that way. And I'm wrapping my rubber band around a couple of times and just so it's secure enough and it feels solid but not too tight because it can cause tension when there are too many braids surrounding it or too many sections surrounding it being pulled on. That creates too much tension. So you want to be very mindful and adjust it depending on the person's tolerance. And then I section out the hair. It's nice and defined and coily because we did go ahead and apply enough product. And now I'm twisting to the right side. So again, we're starting from the left side and going on top and moving it to the right side. And I just twist it down and then I swirl around the ends and the tips just to make sure there's a bit of definition. And that is your twist. So you want to continue that throughout the process of completing the entire hair. You just section everything off and you should be good from there. This is a basic twist, so you just continue that method and you'll get your nice clean parts from there.